Crazed Convos. Crazed Convos.
And welcome to episode 5, guys. This is Pavo. I'm here with Dino. And Dino, we have a very special guest this week.
I don't like the way you counted off, and I didn't start recording until after you started talking.
What are you talking about, Dino? We literally started recording. I went 3, 2, 1. Like, was that too complicated for you?
No, you went 9, 5.5, hut. Like, you sound like a football player.
You have no proof of this. Anyways, I want to introduce our guest since you're being so rude.
Okay.
Quincy is joining us. He's a good friend. We've known each other since we were kids, and he is a very smart guy with very hot takes on certain topics.
And he's hot.
Yeah, and recently he came from Japan.
Hi. Konnichiwa, minasan. Quincy desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So, yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, he's next level weeb.
Maybe.
So for episode 5, since this is episode 5, we had the idea to do our top 5 on different kind of things, and it might not appeal to everybody, some of the stuff we're talking about, but we want to just give recommendations on, favorite movies, favorite books, favorite porn stars. I think you said, Dino, that you wanted to talk about.
Can we say porn?
Corn stars?
Okay. Yes, I also have my top 5 Shmentai tags. I was holding on to that one until Quincy came on.
Why? Why for Quincy?
I think he's a connoisseur of sorts.
You know that I don't watch that. Like
Yeah,
I have like two. I have 2 titles that I recognize, but that's because like back in the day, the forums you would get on and like, hey, can anybody recommend me a good anime? And I was just starting out. And, everybody's a troll on the internet. So anybody who's watched some Shmentai, everybody, I think, should know the title Bible Black. So I asked on one of the forums, hey, anybody have any recommendations? And they said, oh, go watch Bible Black. And, that was my introduction to that.
Yeah. Same thing happened to me, but was that the only recommendation? Because when I asked, I went to a forum and I asked, like, oh, I've watched the big ones, Dragon Ball Z and whatnot, and they were like, oh yeah, you must watch Bible Black, Boku no Pico.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, okay, and then somebody said, yeah, Bible Black
Sister
is
Sister X Sister.
yeah,
I'm getting flashbacks.
and somebody said Bible Black was about like cute girls talking about the Bible or something. I was like, wait, they made an anime about that? And then you start watching it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, there is no religion involved in this. This is not what I thought. But
every day we stray further from God.
Yeah, but Boku no Pico was worse. I remember I literally started watching it, and as soon as I started watching it, I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this. I skipped ahead and I closed it, and then I went and washed my eyes.
I rewatch it. I revisit it every couple weeks.
How? I don't know. I don't know how you can do that. Like, here's the thing. I had just got done watching Trinity Blood, which is I highly recommend this anime. And it does have a lot of like religious symbolism involved, right? And it's like attack on like the vampire trope and then the Catholic trope. So I was like knowing that there are some anime with religious, symbolism. Like a lot of people don't know that Death Note had a lot of religious symbolism with the whole apple thing and etc. So I didn't think twice when somebody said Bible Black on the forums. I was like, oh, I just got done watching Trinity Blood. And before that, I had watched Death Note for the very first time with my sister. And we were catching on to all of the little, religious little plot things. And I just thought that it was just going to be another regular anime. I should have, I was like 14, but I should have like noticed something was weird when like I tried to watch it on YouTube. and it was not showing up on YouTube. So I had to Google it, and it was one of those weird websites, right? This is before the time of like Kiss Anime. This is before the time of Funimation and like streaming like Crunchyroll. So like this is like some old hardcore, like if you wanted to watch anime back in the day, you actually had to like
Work for
Google
it.
stuff.
Yeah, you have to work for
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. And you had to watch for like the Russian bot websites that they were just like using you to like for their advertisements and all that stuff. So yeah, I should have known when I finally found a website that had Bible Black. I started seeing some like ecchi-esque advertisements. I didn't think anything much of it because I knew that there was ecchi anime out there. I didn't really think about it. And then the anime actually, the hentai actually started out fairly tame. Shmentai, yeah. It actually started out pretty tamed. So I didn't think anything of it. But you're like 10 minutes in, and then it like, bam, it hits you in the face. And you're like, yeah, this has nothing to do with the Bible.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the Bible.
It's funny. I never watched like the full episodes. I would just Google Yuri stuff on whatever website I'm on, and they would only pop up with like the main scene. I didn't realize it was a plot. I never get that far.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, I was saying, let's
stop
go to
talking
this
about hentai.
No, I'm gonna talk about it more. It's just not time. It's not the time.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not the time. So I know you like to read, Quincy. So how would you like to start with the top 5 books that either it doesn't have to be ranked 1 through 5. It can just be 5 books you recommend, or 5 books that change your life in some type of way, or that you like to release or anything.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So in no particular order, I have to mention the Bible. Quite the book, right? It has some interesting predictions, some Nostradamus level predictions in there. I prefer volume 2, or as people in my community would say, I prefer season 2, the New Testament, right? One of my favorite authors, due to the genre that she wrote, and since I was younger, I was into the vampire genre. I really like Anne Rice. So 2 books from Anne Rice that I really like is Violin. It has nothing to do with vampire. It has more to do with like love and loss, and like the main characters like trying to get over the fact that they lost one of the love of their lives, and it has a lot of music symbolism, which I really appreciate as somebody who's a musician. And then her more vampire type novels, she's basically the mother of vampires. So with the start of Interview with a Vampire, and The Antichrist by Nietzsche, very good book, highly recommended if you want to like take a more philosophical approach at like attacking the Catholic Church, which Nietzsche loved to do. And one of the books that really like is morphed me or started to help me think of religion in a different way and viewing things in a different way was The Lily of the Field and the Bird of the Air by Soren Kierkegaard, who's also a philosopher. And it takes a very, very well-known passage in the Bible where it basically says, believe in the Lord your God and everything else will come, added, and it really expands upon that topic a little bit differently than like your traditional, as you would say in the South, as the Bible thumpers would usually put it. And I really enjoy reading some Kierkegaard and some Nietzsche. But yeah, those are at least my top 5s. And it's most recently, I guess, that I can remember.
Okay, I like it. I like it, especially the Bible, Nietzsche in there. I think it's a good list.
I couldn't get past chapter 1 of the Bible.
Yeah. I would like to do my top 5 in no particular order. I struggle a lot coming up with a top 5 books, just because I love to read for entertainment, and whenever I want to improve myself or change the way I think. So
I know your top 1 already.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
I love that book. I've reread it so many times. I just love it. It's entertainment. It's just, I don't know. It's great. It's great. I love that it's based kind of on reality as well. And it's like it's like a lot of books in one. I just felt it's done right. It's such a long book, but it doesn't feel like it. Um, and then for second one, since you were talking about like philosophical books, uh, there's a Marie Kondo, a Japanese author. I struggle with organization. I'm not a hoarder, but I buy things and then I don't like to throw things away. Like I'm not a hoarder. I'll repeat that, but I do like to buy too many decorations. Like I love to decorate my house with paintings and posters and different type of things everywhere, like anime figurines, cool things on the wall, and that really changed my life, because that's she's about, how do you say it, minimalism. What about only keeping the things that you actually that bring you joy to your life? So I'm still not great at organizing, but that has actually changed my life in the way that if I don't enjoy something, I don't like it, I throw it away and try to keep my possessions to a minimum because I feel like it helps me stay organized. It helps my mind stay clean because there are less clutter in the house and everything. Number 3, there is this great series named Cradle. It starts with a book Unsold.
Mm-hmm.
And it is such a good series that I recommend to everybody that likes to read because it's just, the pace is amazing. It's like an action movie had a kid with like a Naruto, like one of those animes, about progression where they keep getting stronger and fighting stronger guys, and it's just fun. It's like an action movie. An anime had a kid, and like Bruce Lee was stepdad. That's kind of how I want to describe it. It's super fast going, great. I love that author. Shout out.
Will Wright.
Yeah, Will Wright. And number 4, I wanted to do something that most people have never heard of. So Dr. Anarchy's Rules to Rule the World. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's just a funny book.
How I became God Emperor of Rhode Island.
Yeah, how I became God Emperor of Rhode Island. It just hit right on my sense of humor. And it's just a good book. Whenever I have nothing to do, I kind of just want to reread it because it makes me laugh every single time. And his perspective of a superhero villain, where he's kind of childish. He doesn't really kill people most of the time. And it's just done right. It's just, the humor hits right. It's not for everybody. And that's why it's not very well known. But for me, it's just something I can read over and over again. And then to end things off, another book that makes me laugh and I just can read multiple times is Beware of Chicken, which is based on like Chinese mythology. And it's about a guy that basically, instead of trying to learn martial art and become stronger and conquer the heaven and all that, he just wants to be a farmer. And it's just a very chill book, very funny, because I won't spoil anything, but it's just a very relaxing, very chill, like different kind of book where he still has action and he has a lot of comedy, but it's kind of like One Punch Man a little bit, where it's just making fun of all the things that are wrong with that genre of books, where it's like, everybody's trying to become stronger and fight the next bigger guy and then the next stronger guy. And this is just like, I just want to go home and, start a family and be a farmer and chill. And then things keep happening to drag him into fighting. So it's just very fun.
Beware of Chicken, you said, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's a really good book.
Oh,
The guy
interesting.
the guy on the cover looks like fucking Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Street Fighter. That's funny because, like, if you were to apply that to like a Japanese setting, it would be Beware of Chikan. For anybody who knows the situation over there.
If it was American, it'd be Beware of Cock.
I actually, I've been grounding myself in that type of like atmosphere. I think I've already told you, Pablo, that I've been enjoying the manhwa and the readings that they do, like recaps. And some of the ones that I really like is like, for example, engineer or like a builder or like mechanic from what, our world gets isekai'd into another world, and they basically help industrialize. I really enjoy like the world building that goes behind there, where it's more like I can't beat you up with my muscles, but I can outthink you, and I like that more than what you say, that the whole like, oh, we have to train 2 more days and we're going to get stronger for the new enemy. And it's just like a linear progression to like finally fight what? Like the god of the universe, and then you're done. And then it's like a big anticlimactic fall. I much appreciate the whole like, let's build a community. Let's like, build the world up, sit down, start a family. Something else that Japan could do, sit down and start having families. But yeah, that sounds super interesting. I'll give it a read.
You remind me of this one clip from Ted that I watched from the series where they're playing Battleship, and so the guy, he keeps saying like B8 and then like miss. He's like, still missing? Did you even put your battleships on the map? And he's like, no, I didn't. While you were worried about war and battling, I was worried about infrastructure. I built schools, roads, hospital. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny. So is it my turn yet?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I lost the ability to read so long ago. Like, I just have really bad like attention span issues. TikTok has fried my brain. YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. It's all slowly rotting my brain. The little bit that I have left. But I do have memories of books, which will be just as good. Also, I listen to audiobooks. Pablo kind of got me hooked on that, especially because we work at a menial job where you do the same stuff every day, and I just pop in an earphone and listen to stuff all day. So, my top book, I really basic bitch answer, but it's a really good.
You got cut off. Can you say that again?
I'm just a basic bitch.
No, before that. You say your top book is
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Which one?
I thought you were just making me repeat. I'm a basic bitch.
No.
Well, I don't really have a favorite. I think it's just more the series as a whole, like the books. Not, I mean, the movies are all right, but I couldn't sit through the movies. I read like all of the books. I mean, like I said, like it's hard to really give one specific answer. They're all pretty great. So just Harry Potter as a whole. Let's just say fuck it, series. All right, number 2. This is one that I remember the way Pablo introduced me to this series was like, "Hey, you like lesbians?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "You like ecchi stuff and this, that, and the other?" And I was like, "Uh-huh. You should check out Boxy T Morningwood. Everybody loves large chest." And I was like, "Huh, I wonder what that's about." So I gave it a listen. It's an audiobook, and basically it's like a mimic. It's like a reverse of usual like RPG stories, like isekai stories. It's like, instead of a guy human becoming like the main hero, becoming like big and strong and like the main character, instead of it being a person or like a different like race or something, it's the monster. It's like a what's it called, like a mimic, like one of those dungeon monsters becomes the main character.
Yeah, it's one of those monsters that's pretending to be a chest that when you open it attacks you.
Yeah, so like instead of it being like a person or adventure, it's like the fucking like a fucking, oh, what's the fuck? There's a word for those things that like in video games, the little guys. What are they called? Grunts? Or no, there's a word
Minions?
for it. Yeah, it's like a little minion. But it's a really good series. It's very, very risque. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in there, but
there is sexual violence. So just quick for any viewers that want to check it out.
That's what you're worried about? There's so much worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff. No, I'm talking about, I don't want to give no spoilers, but I think it's like book 3 or 4 where he like mind breaks somebody.
Dude,
he
it's
literally breaks their mind by sexually assaulting them. And
book 2 literally has, it's literally book 2 has like all that good stuff. But other than that, it's just kind of like a feel good story.
Yeah, we have dark sense of humor, so yeah, just try to give a warning, because I know a lot of people that hate it. They're like, "Oh my god, why did you recommend me this? It had sexual violence." Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I thought it's funny. It's definitely funny, but I just don't think it's for everybody.
No, I mean, yeah, it's very, well, it's my top list. It's not everybody's top list. If you listen at your own discretion.
Yeah.
You guys are a
Number
bunch of degenerates. I can't believe you guys are my friends.
He's gonna go check it out.
Birds of a Feather, baby.
No,
Yeah, we
it's a really
flocked
good book.
together.
All right, number 3 is it's called the Waldo Rabbit series. It's the Sword of Dark Mage. Basically, it's a lot of these I've actually just got from Pablo. Like he's recommended them to me, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a listen. I have nothing better to do at work, and so he gave me a bunch of these like recommendations. And this one is about this is like there's different families in not families, I guess factions in this world where the magic exists. There's like kingdoms, it's like old timey stuff, medieval times, and there's like a faction of good wizards, and then like a faction of like evil or sort of darker wizards, and uh, the dark ones have necromancy, but the problem is the main character that you follow around, he's dog shit at necromancy. He can heal, he can do like runes, he can do like other like protective stuff, but like he is seen as just like an outcast, like an absolute like waste of space in his house or faction because he's not good at necromancy. And he has to go on an adventure to kind of prove himself. I mean, it's a really good book.
Yeah. Can I add to that? I just want to say, so his father is actually a light mage and his mother is a dark mage.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
he wants to be able to make his mommy proud. That's basically the book. And they don't like
Mommy
how
issues,
he's got mommy
abandonment
issues.
issues.
And he gets sent on an impossible mission hoping he'll die because he is the heir to his mom, and his mom is basically like the most powerful wizard in that country at the moment. And it's a good book. The pacing on the later books is kind of bad. No, kind of.
It just
It's
gets
bad.
slow.
It's just bad. The
It gets
pacing,
slow.
yeah, it's very slow. But he's the same author as the Doctor Anarchy one. So his name is Nelson Chireta. If anybody wants to check him
That's
out,
Charita.
Chireta. I don't know. He's Brazilian. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
That's what he is. I take it back.
Or Portuguese or Brazilian. I
I
confuse
take
them.
my answer back. I'm going to forget about those books now. By the way, while you're talking about him, the one you're talking about, the How I Became God Emperor, he killed like 7 people in cold blood. I don't know what you mean, like, that's just like the ones that I remember. He's killed a lot more people. I think he is a villain. He's like the Joker if he killed.
Yeah, he's like he kills,
He's
but
just
only when it's
he has a set
necessary.
of, he has like a set of rules.
Yeah, he has rules. He doesn't really kill like children and innocent people, but he will kill if it's necessary.
I don't know. Those
But
interns seem
he
pretty
feels,
innocent.
yeah, but he's basically like a, Saturday morning cartoon type of villain where it's just ridiculous. He has all these rules. He goes on monologues. He always puts like a button, like self destroy on all his machines and stuff. Or like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a Saturday morning cartoon mixed with Adult Swim.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it is.
Okay. Number 4 is Cradle. I mean, I really did enjoy that series. Like I remember literally we were outside. I just had to go outside and talk to Pablo for a bit, and he let me listen to a little bit of it, and like immediately I'm hooked. It's like basically a guy who has 0 talent, or he's told that he has like 0 talent. Like he's literally like also a waste of space. Maybe I just really connect with the main characters that think they're just waste of space.
That are
Maybe
worthless.
that's what it is. Yeah, maybe I have no self-value.
You just
Anyways.
insert yourself in the story in their shoes.
Yeah, literally. But anyways, and it's a really cool story. Like it gets into like a lot of there's a lot of lore. It's really cool, and it's a good build up. I will say the final book, I just feel like the pacing was a bit faster. But I mean, the guy's just trying to wrap things up, which okay, cool. But I mean, I enjoyed. It's an enjoyable ride. And then number 5, this is back when I could actually read books, and it's, how do I say this? It is a teen book. It is very much a young adult book. There's like literally no sex, no rape.
That's a good thing, right?
Not in my categories, but anyways, I read them back in the day, like when I was in high school. I got really into it. It's called The Chronicles of Vladimir Todd.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude! I think I got you into it, or I got my
It was
cousin
that one
into
and-
it.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, is that third world internet?
No, an alarm went off and it auto muted. That's why. But I was saying I either got my cousin into it and then he got you into it, or
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But I know that I directly got my cousin into an honorable mention for me is Hold Me Closer, Necromancer, and I think you read it afterwards as well. But the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd are pretty good. They're like really good, easy reads for anybody who wants to get into reading. So I second your fifth pick.
Also, a story about a guy who is like a loser and worthless, but he's really like he kind of grows, and it's like a high school story. It's a like I said, it's for like teens that I understand that,
Yeah.
but it's still a pretty good book. I listened to it recently because I was like, you know what? I wonder if they made audiobooks of the Vladimir Todd series because, like I said, I have zero attention span. My brain is fucked, so I don't think I'll be able to reread it. But yeah, like talking about that, Quincy, I think the one that I read that you recommended was Suck It Up. I guess if I had an honorable mention, it'd be that one. It's a really funny book. It's also about vampires, but it's sort of like a, how do you say, like a parody. Like I remember they have instead of drinking like blood, they drank something called Blood Light or something like that, and it's like a synthetic blood drink.
Yeah, good times, good times. Yeah, I think you remember when we were in high school. I used to read like all the time. We had library club. I don't know.
I used to read on my toilet.
Dude, I read at lunch. Well, we used to have like chess tournaments, remember? At the lunch table.
Yeah, we're basically
then
the coolest kids in school.
Yeah, I can
Actually,
tell. I can tell.
No. Here's the interesting thing though. Like we started doing the whole chess thing, and then like I guess you can hear it from an outside perspective. Yeah, everybody just got into it. Like even the people you would never imagine, like the super like I guess preppy. I don't want to use too much pejoratives, but like the preppy people started to get into chess for no reason. And then and then we started playing cards and then doing magic tricks with cards and then like doing like trick shots with cards, remember? And then people started picking that up as well. But yeah, like fun times back in lunchtime and library club.
Yeah, nowadays all they do is get pregnant and do drugs.
Hey, evolution, man.
But what was I gonna say? Enough of the books. Let's get into Schmentite tags. Do you want to hear my top 5? I don't care if I'm the only one that does.
I guess so. God, I didn't prep a list for that.
You should have. You knew I was gonna ask about this stuff.
Go for it.
All right, top 5, and the top 3 may surprise you. Number 1, big boobs. Number 2, huge boobs. Number 3, enormous boobs. Number 4, females only. Number 5, anal. Thank you.
Those are tags.
Okay, that last one kind of sus, man.
I'm about to say, yeah, it's just tags. Do you want me to like read out the titles? Like,
no. I know that your memory is crap, but for some reason you remember those things pretty well. So I know you can read the title though.
I mean, I can give you recommendations for those tags if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
I'll
do
give
mine?
you the six-digit numbers. Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
All right. MILF, big ass, bigger ass, even bigger ass, and huge ass.
Let this man cook.
Let him cook.
Wait, hold up. So you like ass but not anal?
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't like the smell of it.
What? You're not so what? You're not supposed to smell it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be clean.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
First of all, no, don't eat ass. Don't do that. Don't listen to him.
I'll do what I want.
Don't do it.
Especially if you're going to do it, please make sure there is no blind grandma anywhere near.
No.
Okay, so I think I already discussed. I think I already discussed this with you, Pablo. But since Dino's here, I can get into it. I had a really, really bad experience years ago with this chick when I was finishing university over here in my second country. She wanted me to go down on her, and she was on a sports scholarship, at the university. So we would always hang out after she was done with her sports training, right? And I didn't know how to tell her, like, hey, I'm very Japanese about it. If we're gonna do anything, let's take a shower, you know. And I
Nah,
just
bro.
didn't know how to tell her to like offend her.
Either way.
I was like, hey, take a bath or whatever, shower, clean it up. But she was just not into it. Like I finally got the word out. I was like, hey, I think it would be better, you're sweating and blah blah blah. Here, use my restroom, right? Take a shower. She said no.
Stinks nice.
So no, I never ate ass. So no, no, does not go there. It was going down on her, where it was just like sweat. And since then, I cannot mentalize. I cannot get past that. I cannot reconcile like happy thoughts with that. So I do not go down on women anymore. Just a really bad experience.
I remember back in the day, I watched Family Guy, and for some reason there was that scene, there was that episode where like Quagmire's trying to teach Chris how to be like a man or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like so that he grabs a random woman, like a woman's shoe, and just sniffs it. And he's like, oh, it smells so good. And I tried that as a kid, and I didn't like the smell. I think the person whose shoe I sniffed had really like sweaty feet, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, no.
All I'm saying is, yeah, I don't think that that's for me. Just because maybe if they prep right, it will be different. But I just think it's too much work.
Even in adult videos, they have to prep. I mean, it's not like it's just
yeah. But I'm just saying.
It's not like it's, you go like they have to like I think in the adult world video they have to get like enemas, they have to get whack or like waxing, like bleaching, like it's a process.
Yeah, I don't know how men that like men do it, because I'm like, that's too much work. And even if you clean it really well, it still kind of smells.
Well, I mean, it's literally stained brown. That too.
Yeah, I mean, it still kind of smells at least from my experience. So yeah, I'm not really into it.
You're speaking like a guy who's never got farted on while he's going down on a woman, and it shows.
I mean, that has not happened to me yet, and thank God for that.
I was like, no one's gonna back me up. Fuck me.
No, I'll be in the same car as Pablo on this one, dude. No thanks.
What
dude,
about
why
you?
Why is it, Dino? Why is it, Dino, that you'll have the weirdest encounters?
Because I try shit.
Because he's weird.
Because I live. Because I'm down for anything as long as my pee-pee gets touched.
Anyways, Quincy, do you want to skip that one, or do you actually want to comment in this degeneracy?
Okay. So over the years, it has evolved because we've had this discussion, Pablo. I for the longest time, I thought that I was a boob guy. I really did. And then slowly, a boob guy.
Oh, they said boots.
No, boobs, breast. So I honestly thought that was like the thing, right? But over the years, it's turned into an ass type of thing. So I also, I would indulge in some high quality, big ass action.
Hold on. You can't crack open that can of worms and expect to just fly by, dude.
What?
All right. Since now we're going to the meat and potatoes of this podcast, boobs or ass? Come on, this discussion is happening. I'm a boobs guy all the way.
I think I already told you.
I'm a boobs guy all the way. I mean, after, like I said, getting with my wife, I can appreciate a nice ass. I can appreciate ass, but at the same time, boobs all the way.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm like at a 49% like boobs now, and a 50% ass guy, and then like that 1% like just, I don't know, like it's like a room for like whichever one will like change my mind later on. But I'm not a big like, oh, you have to be a boob guy, you have to be an ass guy. Like, I enjoy what I enjoy, but I don't see an issue with anybody liking either or. But right now, I'm being drawn to being drawn to the ass.
All right, here's my
Yeah,
ratio.
wait.
Here's my ratio is 80% boobs, 10% ass, 10% feet.
I was gonna say, as long as you either like boobs or ass, there's nothing wrong with you. As long as you don't like feet more than boobs or ass, at that point, there's something wrong with you.
No, they're equal, 10% each.
No, but I'm just saying, there are people that like their feet people like, where you're like, oh yeah, she gotta have pretty feet. Like, I don't care about her feet. She got nice butt, nice boobs, like
I feel like
pretty face.
I feel like it completes the look. Like,
no,
like I mean, they don't even have to be
What?
You're
perfect
wrong.
feet. Yes. All right, look.
Wait,
When you
so
put
you know
on,
that you know that. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Do you know that movie? She's just not that into you.
No.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Never
Well,
seen
you know what her defect was, right, Pablo?
No.
Yeah, what do they call
The
it?
web feet.
Web feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You're telling me you're telling me that like those type of things are like what like just like puts the girl over the top for you, right?
It's not necessarily that it puts the girl
Wait,
over the
wait.
top for me. Or are you talking to Pablo or me?
Well, let me say something
You.
real quick. Yeah. So I can answer this for him because there used to be, before he got married, there was this girl who he kind of had was like, oh yeah, she's pretty hot. Anyway, one time we see her and she was wearing like open toe shoes. And then I was like, hey, bro, this is your chance, bro. Go for it. And he was like, nah, I can't anymore. And I was like, why not? It's like, did you see those feet? I was like, no, I don't normally check out girls' feet. You know, I look at that boob, I look at the ass, I check out that face.
Just the one
I
boob.
check out the legs. But yeah, he was like, no, go look at her feet. And I was like, oh yeah, they're kind of. She got like fat toes. And
No, not a fat toes. They looked odd. Like that's the thing. Like, all right, well, are you gonna finish that, or you want me to continue?
yeah, I was gonna say, so just because this girl had like implicit, I guess he didn't like her feet, it was like over. That doesn't matter if she got nice ass, if she got nice boobs, pretty face. If her feet like don't complete the picture, like he's like, meh, I don't want her.
All right. So let's say you're getting ready to go out somewhere. You know what I mean? You got your hair did. You took a shower, put deodorant. You're all clean and ready to go, and then you go into your room and you get your clothes. All right, you get your underwear. It doesn't really matter 95% of the time what kind of underwear you wear. Usually just whatever most comfortable. But then you go to the closet, right, and you get your top. You get your shirt, your button-up shirt, your t-shirt, a jacket, like whatever you're gonna wear for the top, right? And it looks good. You want it to look good, and then you move on to your bottom or your pants or like shorts or whatever you're gonna wear, depending on the situation, depending on the climate, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then once you're about to walk out, you get your socks on. If you're gonna wear open toe shoes or whatever, then you actually take a minute and look at like your shoes. You know why? Because it completes the look. You can't wear like
No.
you can't wear like a dress, or you can't wear like a dress suit or like a jacket or whatever, and then wear like Adidas. Like,
No,
People have done
No.
that. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but I've seen people
Ghetto
that wear
people.
suits and then they'll wear nice Nikes with them.
no, that's
Yeah.
ghetto.
I did it last week.
You're ghetto.
But
But anyways,
they were Vans. Not Nikes.
okay, fine. But you want to wear Crocs with that? How does that sound?
Dude, I wear Crocs all the time.
Yeah,
I
same.
mean, God, I know I do too, but still, you know what I mean. You have to have like it completes the look. I'm not saying it's gonna like it's not gonna like completely. It's not gonna save like a 5 from a 7, but it's gonna be like, it's just, I don't know, like it doesn't even have to be perfect. Like they don't have to be.
I guess it's your niche, right? I think that's.
It's just like
I agree. I agree
Yeah.
that there's going to be like, a diversity in opinion when we talk about like what completes a look in a girl. Like for example, for me, it's not even a physical thing. Like I went out with this chick a few years ago, and we went out to this wing place. I forgot the name. I think it was Buffalo Wild Wings. I forgot. But do you want to know? She like her body was like she was an 8, you can say, right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe 7.5, pushing to 8. You want to know what like really did it for me? Like why I was just like, nope, I need to get out of here. The way she called our waiter.
Never mind.
she said, "Hey." Tss, tss. I said, "Oh man, I'm
Like
out of
a
here."
cat.
Like a dog, like a cat, like an animal. I was like, "I'm out of here, dude. What
That's
is
hot, dude.
this? Like, what?
Adding
No."
to yours,
No, that's
Quincy.
hot. Like, because then if they fuck up your order, you know she's gonna complain about it.
Yeah, she's gonna go full Karen. She's gonna
Yeah,
summon
she's
the
gonna
power of
talk
Karens
for
for
you.
you.
You don't even have to worry about it. She'll take care of it.
Yeah, but adding to Quincy's, to me, is something similar, but it's not the way they speak; it's how their voice sounds. Like if I'm gonna have to listen to you talk, like for a prolonged period of time, complaining about everything, telling me about your day, I want a voice that's gonna be pleasant to listen to. Like some people just have voices that just kind of like like they just don't sound right to my ears, so I cannot date a woman if her voice is just unpleasant to my ears.
Okay, see, and like that's like I said, it's not like if I see a woman and I find her repulsive but she has like really nice feet, then I'm not gonna jump on that. It's more so like I said, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like manicured or anything. It's just look normal to complete the look, and that way when I'm because I
Okay,
mean like because you're gonna have those legs in the air, right?
answer
So
me this. Answer me
if you
this.
have those legs in the air and like she's got like
What
chicken
if
feet, you're holding her legs up, looking at those chicken feet. It's gonna be a little weird.
see? But you were saying you had liked this girl before you saw her feet, right? So you had already liked her. So her feet, were they that bad to the point where you're like, it doesn't matter that I like everything else about her, I just don't want anything to do with her because of her feet? Like, couldn't you
Dude, I
just
don't want
like
to.
have her? Couldn't you just have her keep her like socks on, or maybe keep her shoes on or something?
If she would have kept them on for the entirety of the time that I knew her, then definitely. But the moment I take them off, it's it's over.
Mm,
So it has they have. So in
interesting.
other words, they have
I'm
to have
talking.
nice feet because you're
I'm
saying
talking. She
it's
has
not a
no,
big
like
deal.
not even nice, just normal, average. Like I mean, she's gonna have to shower with socks on.
Okay, let's let's just move on from this because I don't know how
I was
to
about to say,
respond
where
to
are we
that.
going with this?
I don't,
Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was all you, buddy.
No, it wasn't.
yeah, that
Come
was
on,
all
dude.
you, my guy.
Oh, yeah, right. You want to keep doing the tags or?
Oh well, I said, big ass, then boobs, and then I don't know if just like age thing, like you get older and then you start like getting into like the whole like role playing aspect of thing, or like having a storyline behind the video. I don't know if I'm
Cut
explaining
out.
myself, but
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think we
I
get
don't
you.
get.
yeah.
I don't get that far. Once I get to the title, I've done busted.
Yeah. But like I like the ones that have like a setup. I don't like the super professional ones where you're just like, oh, it's obviously like Brazzers produced, whatever. But like maybe like amateur hour home, like you took the time to like make a storyline out of like you going, you destroying your girlfriend or something like that. I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
Bro,
But out of
You like the
bro
ones where
wants
they
his
put in
adult
effort,
movies.
even if it's unrealistic
yeah,
effort. Like
Bro wants
exactly.
you
yeah,
want your
yeah.
movies to be
See,
directed by M Night Shyamalan.
I would like that as well. Like I would like for like guys to get rejected like every now and then, and like the video just keeps going, so you don't know he got rejected. Like let's say, it's like, oh, can you come help me, stepson? My hand is stuck under the sofa, and then he shows up, tries to pull a move, and the mom is like, "What is wrong with you?" Slaps him, and then just walks away, and then he just sits there crying for like 20 minutes. Like that would be
Yes,
great because that would be so
because see,
realistic. Like,
yes, see,
yeah,
I am very, very, very logical. I have this problem with series and movies. Like, I'm like super enjoying like a series or a movie or whatever. I'm 30 minutes in, and then like the thought hits me. It's a show. They're actors. It's all fake, and then it like ruins the immersion for me. And I guess that's how I know if I'm watching like a really, really good movie or a really good series. If that thought doesn't like happen, but it happens with like adult videos too. Is where like I know this is 100% like you're not gonna do this. I think we all know like the majority of the crap that we see in adult videos, you're not really gonna be able to perform that with your girl. And even if you can, she might not want to. And even if you both want to, it's unrealistic. Like the freaking like the Kama Sutra and like reverse cowgirl and all of these other positions, like cool, great, I guess. But like logically, if it has a nice progression, you understand that it's believable. For me, I don't know.
yeah,
It,
yeah. And
I
I'm
don't.
saying,
I don't got enough dick for some of those positions, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's why I want like some realistic, like, you can still have all these normal videos, but every now and then you record this video, like I'll give you another example. Okay, let's say this guy picks up a girl, like, hey, you're a gold digger, like I got money or whatever. You want to come back to my place? And they go back to the place, and then he performs for like 2-3 minutes, and then he finishes early, and then he's just like, oh, I don't know what happened to me, I'm so sorry, like this has never happened before. And then she's like, yep, like she doesn't believe him, started walking away, and the guy's just there, like sad, sitting there, just contemplating life. And like, now the next time I watch a video and it's like a full video, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be immersed, because like last week he wasn't able to perform, so this week he's able to perform. I'm gonna be rooting for him. So
you watch the progression.
It would take it to the next level.
Yeah. For example,
instead of using the tissues to clean up, you're using the tissues to like clean your nose and your tears.
Yeah, I'll be so proud of him.
Yeah,
like for example, here's the situation. I don't know if you guys ever like heard about this production. It was called backroom couch casting or back couching, something.
Oh, the
something
couch
casting.
Yeah. We all know
so
that.
it's basically like I try to get girls to get jobs and blah blah blah, but it's all fake, right? So like if you actually like go into the backstory of that guy, first of all, the guy has a lot of issues. I think he's in jail now for some of the things he did. But if you started to like go into like the is it real? Is it not? Because I did. As I was younger, I was like, I'm not a super gullible person. So like when I read it, I was like, is it really fake? And then a lot of the girls are just paid to act like it's fake, right? So it really screwed up my entire immersion to that specific like production company. I was just like, I'm not watching any more of these fucking videos. I'm done. I'm like, it killed it for me. Like, I don't know. It has to be believable. I guess realistic adult videos for me, like, I don't know, makes sense.
Dude, like literally I watch videos where at the beginning they have to by law say, hey, my name is blank, and hey, my name is blank. We are not blood related in any way, shape, or form.
I'm pretty sure that kills the immersion for you, right?
Yeah, I want them to be related.
Well, talking about that, I don't know if you guys will remember this, but there used to be one called Girls Do Corn. And
we've already said the word, you might as well.
Yeah. And it was actually legit, where the guys would, try to find girls to do corn for the first time. And I guess they were actually tricking them into it or whatever, because they ended up getting sued for it. I remember I ended up seeing this somewhere in the news where like, yeah, they ended up getting shut down and suing. But because there's so many fake ones, like everybody thought it was just another fake one, but they were actually really tricking these girls into doing that. And, like, oh yeah, nobody's going to watch the video, telling them all these lies. And then they were like publishing the videos or like getting them to do things they didn't agree to. So yeah, it's so much fake stuff out there that whenever you see something actually real, you just like think it's fake.
Yeah, it's like the real stuff, the reality of the stuff, like that's what catches your eye, because you're like you're like so deluded in like falseness. So yeah, for me it's that. I don't have a big list for like tags. Like I'm not super like I'm not a connoisseur, I guess, like Dino is, but yeah.
Okay,
I am, how do you say, an expert.
So we're up to close to an hour now in recording. So we want to welcome you to this segment, Quincy, where we get a card and it's called About You. And it's, what did we call it last time, Dino? I always forget.
Yeah, but so you ask this every time. I'm going to put a sticky note on your laptop. It's Crazed Convo cards.
Crazed Combo cards, About You. And it's where we have these cards and we ask something about you to get to know, the other person better. We're all going to answer. Since you're the guest, we'll go with you first. This week's is, what's your favorite meal and why?
Oh, I did make a list of my top foods. So meal as in food in general, or meal as in like breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Yeah, just like your favorite meal. Like if somebody was to be like, okay, I want to cook you your favorite meal, what would it be?
Tonkatsu ramen.
Oh, that's a good choice. I love tonkatsu ramen.
Yeah, tonkatsu ramen. Like it really, like I have a really like I love the fact that I went to Japan. I think that you and all of the other friends that we have in common are like so tired of me speaking about Japan. But like one of the bad
Yeah.
things about Japan for me was the I cannot go eat ramen anymore or like Japanese food or sushi or anything in general because I still have that memory. So like the first ramen that I eat as soon as I land in Japan is tonkotsu ramen, and I had the freaking privilege of going to Fukuoka a few months ago, and I had tonkotsu ramen from the source. That's like their ramen. Like if people don't know, ramen is divided into like regions of Japan. Like you have like you have your tonkatsu, you have your miso, you have your like salt-based ramen, or you have like your like just broth with soy sauce based ramen. You also have like sukemen, which is like dry noodle with like you dip into the broth. So like every like prefecture zone has like their thing. But yeah, my favorite food of all time has to be tonkotsu ramen.
Why?
He just said.
Dude, I like that thick broth, bro. I like
He
that
literally
thick
just said
pork broth.
he just completely ignored the last 5 minutes.
No,
Why?
he didn't say why. He just said that like that's the one he gets when
'Cause it's
he
good.
goes to Japan. So
'Cause it's
like
So
just that you just love the flavor of the pork, the broth.
it's so yeah, it's so thick, it's so creamy. It's you know, growing up over here in the motherland with the carnitas and almost everything that we make as Hispanics, it has like some type of pork. So like it carried over to the tonkatsu ramen too. I really like that pork flavor. I like eating the chatsu and you know, just getting some noodles, getting some of the pork, and getting some of the nori, and then you know, just finishing up that broth. It's very hot. It's very creamy. So for me, it kind of like covers all. And like other ramens are like very light, where you can just get like a miso ramen. It's light, and you're on the way, and then you can probably grab something else to eat. But like when I eat tonkatsu ramen, like there's this place in Akihabara. It gives you your tonkatsu ramen plus a drink, a beer, and then you have this little fountain thing where you can keep refilling on water, and then you can keep getting like unlimited like white rice. So like I'm filled up. Like I'm like spending like 700 yen, and I'm done. Like that's all I need for the entire day. So it's super
You know,
filling.
It's rich.
yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
funny that you say that about, you know, the motherland, because I had a Mexican friend that had never had ramen, and you know, I invited a different friend, and he was like, "Oh, you mind if this guy comes along? He just came from Mexico and doesn't know a lot of people." I was like, you know, he's welcome to come. So they wanted to go eat somewhere, and they wanted to go Mexican food. I was like, we have Mexican food every other day. Like, let's
At
do something
home.
else. So yeah, I was like, have you ever had ramen? He's like, no. And I'm like, you like instant ramen? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, you're gonna love this. So I take him, and he's like, he loved it, and he was like, you know what? It was kind of like an instant ramen, but better and carnitas flavor. Because I got him tonkatsu. I was like, the first one you got to try when you go to a ramen shop, you got to try
Yeah.
tonkatsu because that's my favorite ramen. And yeah, he was like, dude, this is kind of like carnitas. Like he just got this carnita flavor from it, which I had never thought about until he said it. But yeah, he loved it. He was like, yeah, it was like instant ramen, but homemade and carnita flavor. That's how he described it.
So good. So good. Like I even have like a weird concept, like a conceptualization of like what I want to do. Like you guys know, I love to cook. I love to eat and I love to cook. So I would like to make a pozole based ramen.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if it's gonna work, but it would be super interesting to try out. But yeah, that's my favorite food, and yeah, that's my reason.
What about you, Dino? Do you have what's your favorite food and why?
I
Favorite
don't.
meal, I'm sorry, favorite meal and why?
I'm about to say I don't know exactly how original or how intricate my answer is gonna be, but
He's about to say pizza or tacos, I guess.
yeah, bro, literally named both of them. What the fuck? He knows me so well.
Yes, I knew it was
I
gonna be
mean-
pizza and tacos.
Like I just, I mean, like I guess I would say Chinese food, but I don't think buffets count. But it's just literally like tacos, the real like Mexican version of tacos, the asada, pastor, like chorizo. It's just something so simplistic, but also so filled with like flavor, and it's so like. And I thought about it. I'm like, dude, like most Mexican cooking that we have is like literally the exact same basic ingredients. It's like tortillas, some kind of protein, some kind of sauce, some kind of like vegetable, and it's just made in different ways. Like chilaquiles is basically the same thing as like what's the word I'm looking for? Chilaquiles and
Enchiladas, tacos.
enchiladas. Yeah, like tacos dorados. Literally, it's like tortillas, chicken, sauce. Tortillas, chicken, sauce.
Yeah.
Fried tortillas, chicken sauce. But when tacos, it's like literally just your tortilla. You got your tortilla, you got your protein, you pick your choice of meat, and then like onions, cilantro, salsa, and done, or like lime. But it's so simplistic, but it's so good every time, and I just can't get enough. Pizza's kind of the same way. Just I know it's not my favorite, like my quote unquote favorite meal, but it's just like, I mean, like pizza's really good too. It's just always been like a childhood favorite. Like it's reliable. It's basically the same thing over and over again. I think I really enjoy that. Like I know that if I order a pizza, it's really hard to fuck up a pizza. Like I eat gasoline pizza, like Hut Brothers. Like that's what we got over here. Like 7-Eleven pizza, even though it's probably like some of the lowest, like the lowest form of pizza, I still enjoy it just because it's pizza. It's really hard to fuck up pizza.
Yeah, you're right
That's
about
struggle. That's struggle pizza. That's struggle pizza. And I want to interject real quick because like I've heard that argument before. What Dino is saying, that like Mexican food might look or might sound repetitive, but that's basically, I guess, the surface level of Mexican food, because you have like mole that takes up a ton of ingredients and a ton of time just to create the paste. Not talking about like putting the dish, all together. And then you also have dishes like chiles rellenos, right? And then you also have like the variation of that, which is chiles en nogada. And like people don't really like think about these dishes when they think about like Mexican food, quote unquote. And then I do think that a lot of people visualize Mexican food are like, oh, tacos, a tortilla, protein with some vegetables. Oh, enchiladas, tortilla with some protein and some
With sauce on
vegetables,
top.
and maybe, yeah, with sauce on top. Maybe if you go crazy, if you put like crema on it, right? Oh, then you have chilaquiles. Okay, it's a fried tortilla into totopos with some salsa on top, some protein, some onions, some cream. So like I do see that like people think that, but like a lot of people have not tried like pozole. Like I know that that's another like iconic dish, but like people have not tried menudo. Some people have not tried birria. Some people have not tried barbacoas or quesadillas. Those little things, right?
Yeah, Mexican food is very rich in it. There's many different things, but yeah, when you go to a restaurant, it's just kind of funny because, like, when you start realizing, like, there's a video where somebody is eating Mexican food for the first time. It's like, okay, what's a taco? It's like, oh yeah, so we get this corn tortilla, and it has like chicken, and then you put like onion and like cilantro on top. It's like, okay, what is empanada? Okay, so it's like a corn tortilla that is fried and it has like meat inside. Oh, so like a taco is like, yeah, but fried.
No.
Okay, what is taco dorado? It's like a flauta. It's like, oh yeah, so it's like a fried taco with like with like either meat or potatoes inside, and then we put like vegetables on top and some cream. It's like, okay, so kind of like a taco. So it's like a joke.
We've
But
seen the same meme. We've seen the exact same thing.
yeah. It's like at a surface level, it's just a joke because it's funny because Mexican food is great. Like there's so many different things you can get. But like, I mean, like a sope, what's a sope, or a gordita? Like a lot of our food is, uses the same base of tortilla or some type of masa, corn masa, which is the normal, right? Like, I mean, if you go to like Asia, you're probably going to find rice in most foods.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm not talking bad about Mexico like I usually do, but I mean, like, yeah, it's just like it's like the same ingredient just repurposed. That it's and I think taco just kind of is the most basic food other than just like straight up rice.
It's probably one of the best foods. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Taco is so simple but so good, especially if you use homemade tortillas. Like if you ever had a taco and it has not been with a homemade soft tortilla. Because like on Mexico, I don't think you can even find hard shell tortillas. We call those tostadas, and that's like kind of different. But yeah, if you have never had a taco with a soft homemade style tortilla, you haven't had a real taco yet.
I eat double tortilla,
Yeah.
bro. I put 2 tortillas on these bitches.
Yeah, and
Sometimes you need to.
yeah, and shout out to all taqueros in Mexico because I mean best tacos obviously in the world. But
All
can
right,
I go
Pablo,
with
what-
can I go with my answer now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So mine is gonna be I think there's gonna be. I was gonna say corundas, but I don't think a lot of people would know what that is.
fuck?
It's like
I
a
know
tie.
what that is.
Yeah, between corundas and cochinita pibil tacos. So corundas are a specific type of tamal, which is made with slightly different dough masa, and you put it doesn't have any filling in the middle like most people are used to when they eat a tamal. Instead, you put cream, cheese, and hot sauce on top, and sometimes you add like carnita meat or some type of meat on top. And even without the meat, I just love it. It's just like one of my comfort foods where I used to have it as a kid in like different parties and stuff, and I just love it. Every time I go to Mexico, I always eat that because it's hard to find in the U.S. Even though it's kind of a simpler dish. There's like it's kind of difficult to make over here, and you got to wrap it in corn leaves. So it's just great. It's a comfort food for me. And then cochinita pibil. Since the first time I tried it, I just fell in love with those tacos. If done right, I think it's one of the best tacos you can have. I was gonna say like queso birria is good too, but like cochinita pibil is like I eat it less often, so maybe that's why. But it just hits the spot. Whereas it's still a simple taco, right? Homemade tortilla, you have your meat on top, and instead of having like regular onion and cilantro, they use this pickled onion with black pepper and habanero, and you put it on top, and then you squeeze a little bit of lime, and it's just so good. Cochinita
Oh, by the
pibil,
way,
if you're able to
Curtido.
find it, try it out.
By the way, Coach, to explain what it is, it's basically like stewed pork meat with like adobo sauce.
Not stewed. It's more like
Or I
pig
guess
barbacoa.
fried. Like, yeah, like kind of carnitas, no?
No.
Is
No,
it,
no.
is it, are
It's
carnitas stewed?
no. It's like pig barbacoa. That's literally what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's basically
like
pig
stewed.
barbacoa. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You're
it's
not
kind
Mexican enough.
of it's kind
I
of
would
hard
say
to find.
it's basically the same shit.
It's kind of hard to
No,
find,
it's not.
but yeah, like there was a guy that went to Mexico and tried to find like the best tacos, and when he tried cochinita pibil, he was like, "Oh yeah, these are like
Oh,
9 out of 10."
Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua.
Joshua Weissman.
Yeah, so if Joshua gave it like a high score, it's good. But yeah, no,
Oh, I like him. I like him.
if anybody ever gets a chance to see it, like if you ever see it on a menu or a taco truck somewhere and you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. It's basically like barbacoa, but with pork, and it has a different type of flavor and is really good. In fact, my mom is gonna make some for me for my birthday because I just love it so much.
Nice.
Nice. I might be a really bad Mexican, but I would take
I'm worse.
pupusas over tacos.
Over
I don't know
tacos?
what it is. Oh man, these pupusas hit so hard, man. Like
Oh yeah, no,
I don't know what
pupusas
it
are
is.
great. Pupusas are great, especially like the what do you call it? The verdura on top,
The cortido.
the cortido. Yeah.
Yeah, so good, so good. Like I guess it's because like I'm desensitized to tacos. Like tacos are great, don't get me wrong, but since I eat it all the time, and then every now and then I'll find some pupusas, and then they just I don't know, they just hit for me.
Yeah, I love pupusas as well. They're great. In fact, I just ate some today. Shout out. The first time I get a barbacoa one. Normally I get chicharron,
Oh,
but they were
chicharrón.
these people were selling barbacoa, and I was like, okay, I gotta give me one of those, and I got me a chicharron one, and no, I actually got two chicharron and one barbacoa, and they were great. A little expensive, $4 each, but they were good and
Yeah.
and filling.
That good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's where we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you for being
Quincy.
here, Quincy.
Yeah,
And
thanks for being here.
yeah, and if
Oh,
let us
okay.
know in the comments or emails. The email for the podcast is going to be crazedconvos@gmail.com. If anybody wants to email with suggestions, comments, or contact us for anything at all.
I'm gonna hack it. But yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for having me, guys. And I want to do a shout out to my boys in India and my boys in Russia.
Thank
So
you.
shout out to them.
Shout out to our Indian and Russian listeners.
Thank you, comrade, for listening.
Thank you, Conrad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
До свидания.
and we also the podcast now you'll be able to listen to it on Prime Podcast if you prefer that over Spotify. We're gonna try to keep expanding. We also have a Twitter at Crazed Convos. It's new, but let us know. We have a lot of things planned as the podcast grows, and if y'all enjoyed Quincy being here, please let us know either an email, comment, or anything at all, and we'll try to have him back.
I'll be back in a year.
All right.
No sooner? Okay.
Hit the outro music, Dino.